to the Courtroom Advocate channel. My name is Miriam Washira. I'm an advocate. Today I'm going to tell you the most ridiculous case I came across in the courtroom, the children's court. It's ridiculous because initially I thought it was a very simple matter, but later on I discovered it was just one parent just wanting the kid out and out of their lives. And they were just misusing the juvenile justice system to do this. So I met a young man. I was allocated a case. This time round, I was also working on an NGO, but that was focusing on providing legal services to juveniles in the systems. These are children who are charged with different crimes. So I go to children's court and I'm allocated a matter of this young, tall, handsome boy, very smart, talking very nice English, and I really got concerned. Why are you here? And we had our session. I had a session with him just to hear his side of the story. So the boy was in court because he was charged with stealing, and not stealing a small amount of money. It was 400,000, and he was said to have stolen the money from the parents. So it was said that the parents traveled out of the country. They had left 200,000 in the car. Who leaves 200,000 in the car when they're traveling? But anyway, and there was another 200,000 in the bedroom in a drawer. So the witnesses, who was the house help, who says it's the boy who took, said that the boy broke into the parents' bedroom, which was locked, and broke into the drawers and stole the money. So I got to want to know, just hearing even the amount of money being talked to, that is not a small amount of money. It is not the usual middle class money that is just lying around. For me, it just hit me that this is a family that is doing well. If you have that amount of money, the parents are traveling out of the country and so forth. So I wanted to dig a little bit deeper to know exactly what brought this boy to the system, because for me, the charges seemed trumped up or just some false things. So when I started digging around, I learned actually this was his second time to come to the court. He was still actually under probation. So I also wanted to know what happened to the first case. So when I got to it, I learned that in the first case, he had been charged with stealing 500 shillings from the parents. So the matter was heard, and actually the boy was convicted for it, but this time round he was put on probation for 6 months. And the parents were not satisfied with that particular sentence. For them, their main aim was for this boy to get out of their lives. So they actually got a bigger amount, a bigger charge, something that will alarm everyone. Why is a boy stealing 400,000? So that everybody can get alarmed in the system and the boy is put in. So by the time I'm coming in, the boy had already taken his plea. He had pleaded not guilty. When I talked to him, he told me categorically he had not taken the money. Yes, he had driven the parents' car when they were away, but there was no money in the car, there was no money in the house, and he had not stolen any money. So I asked him, why then would your parents, these are your parents, this is the second time they're bringing you to court, are you out of control? What is it? I also wanted to hear from the mother, what was this all about? So the mother was very resistant to talking to me, because he said, I didn't hire you to represent my child, but I said, as a child, he has a right to have an advocate. Now you are actually the victim, you're the one accusing him, so you have already given up your responsibility as a parent. So the court has taken up the responsibility and have issued me this case to represent him, to help him with the case. So the mother was quite aloof and did not want even to help me with the case. But she never actually got to speak to me directly. He just said, I never hired you as a lawyer, so I don't know what questions you're asking me. At that point, I was actually thinking, could we reconcile? Could we talk it out? This is a family matter. Why are you bringing your child to court? Later on, I asked the boy, who else could, who else is in your life? Which other adult is in your life? And that's when he gave me the contact of the grandmother. Remember, at all this time, he's in the remand, he's in the juvenile remand. So he doesn't have a lot of contacts, but he had the contact of the grandmother. So he gave me the contact of the grandmother. I called the grandmother. We had a sitting, and I asked her, why was this happening? And that is when I actually got to the bottom of the story. So when the mother of this boy got married, he already had this boy, and she got married to some rich man. They had other kids, but this man in particular did not like this particular boy. And actually, it said that the man said there cannot be two men in the house. So anytime maybe the man tried to mistreat the mother or abuse the mother, the boy would intervene, and that's where all the issues started. I call this case ridiculous because it's a boy trying to protect the mother, but in return, rather than the mother protecting the boy, she is actually the one putting her through the juvenile system, bringing her to court. So anyway, I did put in a defense for him. This was not a laughing matter. I thought he did not deserve to have another criminal record, just trump up charges, he did not deserve to be in the system for so long. By then, he had already stayed for so long. When I looked at his background, he had already dropped out of school earlier on. But this was just a young man needing a lot of attention and a lot of, neglected. He was neglected and loved. He felt like his other siblings were receiving all the attention and everything they need, but he was not receiving it. So we went through the case, and the boy was acquitted of the charges, because definitely there was not enough. The house girl could not even explain how the boy got the keys or the breakage and the timings. Anyway, her evidence was contradicting in so many ways. So after the matter, because now this was already, I did make an application in court that this now is a child in need of care and protection, because even if we released him from the court, where was he going? He wasn't going to go with the mother. This is the second time the mother is bringing him to court, and there is a clear indication that she's truly not interested. So we did agree with the court that the boy needs to go to the grandmother's. Initially, he had tried to stay with the grandmother, but the mother had threatened the grandmother that if you help him, me and you are done, so you should not help him, let him be, and so on. So initially, the grandmother had tried to intervene, according to what she told me, but she was given a stern warning by the mother that she's not intervene. But luckily enough, this time, with the help of the court give orders that the grandmother have custody, and the boy, through the probation department, was enrolled to a school and to do some courses, because he was a bright boy. I think he just needed some direction, some love and attention. So he went with the grandmother. For me, this was ridiculous, because this is a mother, Why are you choosing a grown-up man over your children? What do you expect them to go? How is this young man going to grow, How is he even going? What is he thinking about the mother right now? I think as mothers, as parents, we have the responsibility to protect our children. They do not have anyone else to protect them. And I think it is very unfortunate that a mother with another grown-up can decide to bring a child to the juvenile justice system, to the criminal justice system, just to get him out of their lives. That should not happen. I think we have a responsibility as adults to contain and to take care and to be responsible of the children that we have brought to these worlds. Thank you for listening. I look forward to reading your comments.